Hello, everyone. This is Amir here with my buddy May, and we have another week and another visual, exciting one. This is a Sankey diagram. And the Sankey diagram is all about visualizing flows, from sources to destinations and things that are on the way. So let's take a look here at what we have. We have a data set here that shows us the flow of visitors to my website, where they're coming from. You can see they can come from the various sources, where they land, and the number of visitors that we had for each one. And you can see we have here a table that shows us the relationship between the sources and destinations. Not super exciting. I can go and maybe making it into a matrix and do a pivot table style visualization. It's a bit better. Now you can see that, for example, hey, we have here a lot of people that move from product overview to download. That's kind of easy, but it's still not very visual. I can use other visuals to understand what's going on. I can maybe go with a core diagram. That's a visual that is kind of designed to show me flows between state to state, but it doesn't show me the steps on the way. I don't understand, started here, move there, and so forth. I can go maybe with the fourth directed graph. That's another one that actually works pretty well. It's not bad. I can see what's going on here. Not great, not great. So the Sankey diagram, that's the one we're talking about here. This is the Sankey diagram. I'm clicking on it, and now immediately I see something pretty amazing. I see exactly where all my visitors originated. It's very clear. This is a source going from left to right. So I can see how many arrived directly to the website versus how many found it through Twitter versus search versus LinkedIn and the other sources. I know where they landed first. Most of the visitors went to my blog. Some landed directly on the homepage. You can see, for example, them looking at Twitter. Most of the people from Twitter arrived to my blog compared to search, where it's about 50-50 arriving between the blog and my homepage. And then I can see how they proceeded. When they arrived to my homepage, they continued to the product overview. When they went to the blog, well, that's something else. Most of them went directly to the gallery and then to the download automatically. Very easy to understand. All the action that they went through the way, beautiful. I can also go and work with it in conjunction with other visuals. So I can go, for example, and take a look at all my destinations and the counts of all the destinations and the count of the destinations. And I'm going to make it into a bar chart. And now what's beautiful about it is that I can go and click, for example, on Twitter and see exactly that, the split between home and blog. Or I can go into the blog and see where they continue next. Most of them continue to download. Some of them went to sign up or home. The distribution there, very different. It's working both on the chords. It's working on the destination. It's always working. A beautiful way to work. By the way, it works the other way around. If I want to see, what was going on here. How did people get to my downloads? I click on it and I can see that most of the downloads came from the product overview, some directly from home, some directly from email, click directly to the download. Very, very easy to see. Working both ways, cross-highlighting. A beautiful, fast visual. Beautiful work. Now, sometimes life is not as simple as just two columns of data. I want to show you here. This is how the data looks like here. We have the destination, the source, and the account. It's a very nicely formatted data set. Let's take a look here at a different example. So in this other example that I have here, we're going to take a look at tourism information. So we have here the tourists, we're going to look at the movement of tourists from various countries to France, to various destinations in France. By the way, I can see here, so this is the number of tourists. This is completely fictional numbers. I just typed them in. Don't trust them. Don't use them as reference numbers. But this is, you see here, people from Germany arriving to different cities. And I could have used a core diagram to visualize this, but we are going to make another complication here. We also have the mean of transportation. Some of the people arrive by boat, some by car, some by plane, some by train. And we want to show the flow here, where they started, how they traveled, and where they landed at the end, where they arrived at the end. And the problem here is that just using the Sankey diagram will not work. Sankey diagram really requires us to go and have two columns, one of source and one of destination. In here we have source, midpoint, or mean, and then the destination. So what we're going to do here, we're going to actually show you a trick that we use ourselves, which is the use of calculated tables. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to define a new calculated table. And so we're going to define it here. We're going to call it this calculated table, we're going to call it the Sankey a Sankey table. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go and use the summarize function. The summarize function is like a SQL group by query. And we're going to do one group by from to transportation with the number of tourists, and the other one is going to be from the transportation to the tourists. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3-column table and make it into 2-column table with the number of tourists. So let's take a look. I could have typed it, but I will probably make a mistake. So I copied it here. I want to see it, but it says here it's the union of the summarization between the from and the transportation and counting the number of tourists, and then unioning it with the summarization from transportation to the destination, the 2-column with the number of tourists. And together, when I take these two things together, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it here, and press enter. And now we got something that works much better for us. We have a from column and a destination column and the number of tourists. And with this, I can go back to my visualization, and instead of looking at the data like this, I can go to my Sankey table. I'm going to use the from, the transportation, and the number of tourists, and I want to convert it to Sankey, and now I can see exactly the relationship. People move from Germany. Most of them use, many of them use trains, and when they use a train, from the train, most people arrive to Paris. Some other people arrive to Marseille or Nice or Lyon, the other destination. And a great trick when you have a 3 or 4-column table to go and denormalize it, or over-normalize it. I guess it's over-normalized, and convert it to a 2 columns that we can work with. So that's a Sankey diagram, a fantastic tool that works really well with all of the other visuals. That's it for this week. See you next week.